Hello and welcome everyone to Awakening to Ascension Day 55. Yeah! I'm your host, Alex Nelson. I'm here with Janae and Marlene. Today's topic is what is egregore? It is the power of collective thought. Now, this one's huge. This one's huge. And this is how we can all make a difference in our own personal lives to affect the collective. So, I would like to mention first, right off the bat, this theory called the Hundredth Monkey Effect. So, what this is there were monkeys on an island. So, there was two islands, then there were monkeys on each island. On one island, the monkeys began to crack shells or oysters on rocks to get the food inside of them. And after so many monkeys started doing that on one island, monkeys on the other island, without any physical contact, any exposure, any interaction, began doing the exact same thing. So this is an anomaly. So basically, what this means is if we can all believe, but like truly believe the same thing, that is what begins to shape our world. And this is incredibly imperative when we consider all of the negative programming that we find through mainstream media and our leaders that keep us in fear, especially right now more than ever in America, where it is like it's terrifying. It's terrifying. And the news has never been so popular than it is right now. So people are watching the news, absorbing all of this negative information, feeling the fear, and that's bleeding out into the collective consciousness. So what we need to do is well, we can avoid watching the news for one. Or if you do watch it, take it with a grain of sand or a grain of salt. Use it as this is what's happening in the world, but don't let it affect you personally. And do your best to spread love and light in your thoughts, in your behaviors, in your interactions on a daily basis. If every single one of us does this, then the entire world will start to get lighter and brighter and more in balance than it used to be. Janae.
Ah, thank you so much. And you want to make this positive. This topic is of such significance. And if the egregore effect can happen on such a negative scale and such a global mass scale, where, like Alex said, it's fear-based, so it's unconscious. If you look at the pandemic that happened in 2020, that was total and utter fear, and that was the topic of conversation. So it's where your energy is focused on is where the energy goes to. So the egregore is basically you're feeding it. You are feeding it the energy. So if you are thinking it, it's going straight to that collective cloud. So how we shift that, how we change that narrative is by, as Alex said, it's it's changing and making it positive. And as a collective, we are already seeing the shift. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing to witness because you're watching in real time individuals of low vibrational frequencies taking the shift into the higher frequency naturally because we are collectively growing this cloud with the positive energy that we are creating in ourselves and as our own collective communities, because there are many of us, there are so many communities. It's so it's so amazing and people don't even know about it. So now we've got all of these energies and communities, and it's going to be what changes the entire script, and it's going to be such a plot twist because Alex is saying, he's like, yeah, it's the news and it's making us fearful. And guys, if you have any idea what is going on in my life at the moment, it is intense. But if I have to focus my energy and feed that, oh my gosh, the intensity would be even worse. So sorry, but I'm gonna just close the door because I'm not watching that show. I'm watching this show, and this show is so much better. So basically, it's training, and we are slowly but surely becoming more and more natural at it. So it's such an exciting time to be alive. Don't be fooled by the distraction and the noise that is going on, because that, you know, it's that analogy of that, hammering, and you right there by that, like, gold. The gold is right there, or you right by the door and it's about to open. It's not the time. It is not the time, people, to look at that cloud. That cloud, she's breaking. That's why it's getting louder. It's getting heavy. It's getting hectic because they're losing control. And if you give it the control, if you give it the energy, man, it's going to grow. And guess what? We're not going to let it grow. We are going to watch this cloud turn into a rainbow just like us. Because our cloud's big, our cloud's huge. So I'm going to hand it over to Marlene. I just needed, we got it. Yeah, hype, 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 hype. Yes.
Amen, sister. What can I say? Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Exactly as the both of you have said. My word for tonight is to stay sovereign. If we can be sovereign beings in our energetic balance, and we can always audit where we as humans are putting our attention, then we are winning and we are feeding the right energy. It is absolutely so, because your attention, your energy flows where your attention goes. And that is so very important to remember. So the more that we can entrain ourselves to really become super conscious of where our thoughts and our feelings are going, because both of those things feed into the egregore. And of course, to always choose your tribe, to connect with your tribe, and to stay in the energy of that tribe, rather than feeding into the tribe with the fear consciousness. That is what we need to do. It's exactly the same as working in a corporate culture, a corporate business. Every business has its own culture. So it's, what do you choose as your culture? Because that culture usually tells you how to think, how to feel, how to dress, who to speak to. It's exactly that same thing that we are choosing each and every day, either the fear or the love egregore. And mine most certainly has always been and always will be on love, because fear is false evidence appearing real, and I choose not to feed that one. So that is a start from my side, and I just love the energy of this topic. Abso-friggin-lutely. Alex.
Thank you, Marlene. Yeah, she's absolutely right. Like, so thoughts are things, right? And one thing I want to point out is, so whenever you worry, like, that's a negative feedback loop, right? And you're attracting negative things to you. So if you can avoid the worrying and just shift into like a more hopeful stance, you're going to be doing a whole lot better. Now, one thing I also want to touch on is trauma. So a lot of us that have been through trauma have healed from it and integrated those, like, that shadow, and like have done the healing work. That allows our positive thoughts to have more power behind them, right? Because these lower vibrations, they create more density. And if you're able to integrate that shadow, you can use that shadow to lift up the light and create way more, just just more palpable energy that you're putting out. So that's why light workers are so important, because we've all been through so much and we've healed through so much, and we refuse to let the fear and the darkness control our lives. We can see it, identify it, look it straight in the eye, and not let it affect us. Yes, Janae.
Marlene wanted to quickly come in with something, and then I'll jump on.
I'd love to, at this point in time, also remind us all and take our train of thought to what we do all day with our internet and our social media. Where does our attention go, and what does the social media egregore? that you follow actually hold for you? Is it positive? Is it negative? Because what we feed is going to grow, and it's going to grow in massive amounts, especially the amount of time that people are on social media every single day. So, whether it is adults, whether it is children, be mindful of what you are watching, what you are listening to, what you are speaking out, as far as everything that you are reading on social media and really feeding your soul with. Exactly the same as that news feed. But social media is so ingrained. If it's not Facebook, it's Twitter. If it's not Twitter, it's X. It's something. It's always something somewhere. So, wow, that is a very, very biggie. Janae.
Marlene, I'm so glad that you touched on that, because you've got to clean some stuff out, everybody. So you've heard the term of spring cleaning. Usually it's innate in you to do the spring clean, and you want to get everything clean before the spring. It's not just spring. You have got to continuously cleanse and clean. And something, just a side note that has come up more specifically with somebody in my close circle most recently, is the entrance to your doorway. What does that look like? Do you sweep it every day? Do you clean it every day? Because that is you showing the universe, firstly, that you are wanting to receive, that you are ready to receive, but you are also respectful. You are grateful. So what does the area to the door that comes into your home look like? And with regards to social media, I did a huge cleanse right in the beginning, because it's who's on your feed unconsciously. You might not even really be realizing it, but you're checking and then you're doing this. Those images are subconsciously going into your mind. So your feed has to be of the utmost positivity. Go through it. Look, who are your friends? Sometimes these people aren't even your friends. So if you unfollow them, it's really okay. And you need to start following individuals that are of high vibrational frequency, motivational speakers, health gurus, gurujis, religious posts, people that are sharing the most insightful posts. And that is where you will slowly already start feeding the rainbow cloud. We're going to call it that now. That's the name of it. Yes, Alex.
I'm really glad that we touched on the social media aspects, because the social media is a great indicator of where we are at a collective, on like what we find entertaining, whether it's fear-based, whatever gets the most views and what goes viral. Those type of things are what most of the people are looking at. And these companies that own social media platforms, their number one goal is to keep your attention on that screen. So if you're a light worker as well, and you come across somebody else that has a high vibrational message, listen to it, support them, like them, share it, subscribe, whatever, all the things, comment. Because if we can just help each other out, like, we should be the most popular people in the world because we've got the best intention for the world. I don't understand why it's any different. So if you see somebody else that's similar to you, has a high vibe message, follow them, like them, be supportive of them. If we can all do this for each other, we'll all blow up. Then it'll be a whole lot easier to influence, to change the world in a better way, bring it to more balance and harmony.
Alex, when you say support them and like, and do you know how many times people are watching things and you're not showing support? and you are gaining value from watching that individual's content. If you support, if you like, if you comment, if you don't have time to comment, that's fine. But if you like what you see, it's an energy exchange. Everything is energy. So when you send that positive energy to that content creator, they feel it. And because you've done that, you are connecting, and this rainbow cloud continues to grow because the algorithm, essentially, what we want is the algorithm to pick up on these beautiful content creators so that it is spread and it grows, and the rainbow cloud is so big that we're going to be literally sliding down rainbows all day long, which is going to be the best time in the world. Yes, Marlene.
And in that rainbow, what is that crucial thing that we go and look for? That pot of gold. And the pot of gold is definitely, absolutely connected to the highest vibration that we can hold, make, tap into, do, and be. So let's go slip sliding down that rainbow and find those pots of gold, girl.
Yeah, yeah, slip and slide down the rainbow into the pot of gold, y'all. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. That is all the time we have for today. Please keep your thoughts positive, keep your thoughts full of love and gratitude. We are trying to reach as many people as possible, so if you please like, subscribe, comment, share this with somebody that you know could hear the message. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.